Hello, everyone. We started our webinar here on the webinar platform. I hope you hear me well. And yes, we started also on our YouTube channel. So welcome, everyone. And I'm glad to launch, let's say, a new webinar season this year. And today we will speak about digital factoring. And I will share with you the results of the study which we did last year within the SME Banking Club. And yes, and this year we plan within the new project called WOA.digital, which I will present to you in a second. So we plan to have such an analysis, such a study for the European market. So I will host today's webinar. My name is Olena Gryniuk. I'm a CEE director at the SME Banking Club, and from this year, founder and director at WOA.digital. So WOA.digital is a platform aimed to promote and develop the digitalization of receivable finance globally, and also build active community of experts which are eager to drive this change in receivable finance. Let me present it a little bit in detail. So first of all, thank you for interest in this topic and joining this first webinar on that. So as WOA.digital, we started as a synergy of previous WOA community and the community from SME Banking Club from the CEE region, which was engaged into the digital factoring topic. So from this year, we are developing it within WOA.digital platform. And also we invite everybody who is interested in this topic to join us. How to join? First of all, as we would like to gather big community, so the online access to everything that we have is free of charge. So first of all, this is our website, WOA.digital EU, where you are welcome to register for the first time, and after that you have a free access. You just need to be logged in on the web, and here we publish different news, information, articles, market analysis, and also our webinars, for which you also are welcome to join. So we plan to have them on monthly basis, and the access and participation to them is also free of charge. Yes, and regarding the webinars, the next topic that we will have next month on March 5 is the fighting of the double finance fraud. And we will have the example of from the Serbian market. So one of the factoring fintechs on Serbian market called FinSpot encountered, so faced such kind of fraud in their business, and they decided and developed a platform called Whisper, which helps all the factors on the market to check in real time whether the invoice has been already financed by some of the factors of the factor on the market or not. So they developed it, and with the help of Serbian Factoring Association, they implemented it on the Serbian market. So now all factors are obliged to register the invoice, the finance invoice there, so everybody can check whether this invoice was financed already or not. And they're together with the Serbian Chamber of Commerce, they are ready to share their experience, how it works, how it exactly looks like. So you are welcome to join this discussion as well. Just enter the website and register for the session. After this webinar, of course, I will send all the presentation, and also we are recording this webinar, so you will receive all the materials afterwards. Yes, and also let us know after the webinar or even right now. You're welcome to type your questions, comments in the chat. What are the next topics that you would be interested to discuss, to learn more, to share some experience? So we will be glad to arrange next session on the topic. And then the next event that we are organizing this year for the digital factoring and trade finance community is our annual conference. So this year it takes place on April 23 in Warsaw. So on April 23 we plan to have a conference. It will be streamed live as well. So as I mentioned previously, all the online content and online access to all our events and content on the website is free of charge. So here you will just need to register on the conference website. And the second event is at the end of the year. We will award the best digital factoring, trade finance, and supply chain finance solutions, both from the factor side and also tech companies. And this will happen on December 5th, also in Warsaw. So these locations and places are very modern, and with that, we would like to start this discussion on the modern factoring. And to come on site at these events, we invite you to become our full members, which is 2,000 euros per organization and covering 2 entry passes for both of these events, and of course full access to the digital factoring study. So this is it about the WOA.digital. Let's go to our topic, and just short reminder, request to you: if you do have some questions, please type them in the chat here, and I will be able to answer them either during the presentation or right after. So let's go to the topic. So as I mentioned, last year and all previous years, we were producing the analysis of the digital factoring market in the CEE region. It means that last year we covered 8 countries, or let's say in 8 countries we had some digital factoring processes on place, which is Czech Republic, Hungary, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, Romania, Serbia, and Turkey. Yes, and the analysis was based, so we covered bank factoring companies, like the parts which are the part of the banking groups, and also fintechs, which are engaged in factoring, invoice finance, invoice discounting. And this is the result. We have here 27 financial companies which have fully or partially digital factoring process, and we analyzed within this study 17 parameters. So, and this is only about functionality. We didn't analyze the user experience within the framework of this analysis. So first of all, we checked the functionalities, what is available online or mobile for the business customers, and after that we checked also with the product managers in each factoring company, just to verify what is the process. Yes, so the final one of the parts of the study looks it's a table with all these parameters and factors presented, so everybody can compare themselves to the peers, and also this is the basis for our rankings and awards that we awards at the end of the year. So what are these parameters exactly? So this is, first of all, possibility to send via the online channels application for factoring or for invoice finance for private individuals, so meaning sole entrepreneurs. The same possibility is to apply online for the legal entity, meaning limited company. Then the full mobile application, so the possibility to send it via the mobile. And here we analyzed native mobile applications, so not the responsive web design, because this actually presents like everybody factor have this responsive web design, so that you can do it via the web browser on the from the mobile. So the same for the legal entity, then whether there is automatical decision making, online signing of the agreement, or let's say digital signing of the agreement. Then when administrating already after the finance happened, the possibility to send reminders to the counterparty, quick disbursement, meaning within several minutes, and also whether the customer can upload the invoice online or mobile, and also integration with the accounting or e-invoicing systems. So and I will show you one of the examples how it can be done later. So so whether the invoice can be financed from the level of e-invoicing system, not without any additional login to the factors portal, website, mobile application. And also we analyzed the integration with online or mobile banking, which was online. No mobile integrations in the region at the moment. So these are the criteria that we analyzed, and this is the bigger the factor has, the better we consider it is located or delivering the better services, digital services to business customers. If to say on a little bit of statistics, so we see that from almost 80 factors present in the CEE market, 27 have fully or partially a digital factoring process, and this we consider are the factors that are focused on the micro and SME customers. Just because the access, or it makes sense to serve SME customers if the digital processes are available, because the manual process just not pay off. Who are these heroes on the CE market? So so here the Poland is a leading country. So we have 12 factors, both from the banking groups and fintechs, that offer full or partial digital factoring process, with 10 factors who offers full digital process. And here, as you can see, there are 5 factoring companies or banks from the banking groups and 7 fintechs on the market. Next country is Turkey, where we have 3 factors from banking groups and 2 fintechs. Here we have only partial digital process, just because of the legislation, as the documents should be signed in a, let's say, paper way, and also if the checks are financed, so they are not digitalized in Turkey, and they should be picked up or delivered somehow in a physical format. The next country is Romania, having 3 factors, with 2 fintechs offering purely digital process, which is instant factoring and OmniCredit. Serbia with 2 fintechs offering digital process, which is instant factoring Serbia and FinSpot, the one I mentioned previously, and the speaker for on our next webinar in March. And 1 fintech in Latvia, Lithuania, 2 fintechs in Czech Republic, and 1 fintech in Hungary. So these are the representatives of the digital factoring market in the CEE. If just to look at the key trends, what we noticed during the previous years here in the region, so mainly factoring companies offer their digital processes via the online channels, so via the web portals, web applications, so 23. And 3 of them offer both online and mobile processes. 19 only online, and 1 only mobile application, which is the Turkish fintech Tekpara. I will show you the example later. 17 companies from 27 offer fully digital factoring processes, and if we compare it to the year of 2020, which was kind of a push for the digitalization in the region, we have plus 9 companies since that time. As I mentioned, Poland has the biggest number of factors offering digital processes, 10 factors. Yes, Romania and Serbia 2 companies, and Hungary 1 fintech with fully digital process. And of course, if in terms of the products, this is microfactoring, request factoring, invoice finance, or invoice discounting, aimed or targeted for the micro companies and SMEs. This is mainly domestic factoring, financed in local currency or in euro, if this is Eurozone. And from 27, only 9 companies offer digital international factoring, which is mainly for the counterparties within the European Union, right? So this is the product which is digitalized. Let's say with the maximum invoiced amount 200,000 euros and up to 2 million euro factoring limit. Here I would like to congratulate and mention once again our last year's winners, which we awarded at the end of the 2023. This the first place among the factoring companies from the banking group won ING Commercial Finance, which is our winner not for the first time. They are the leaders on the Polish markets, and they were the first one and the leaders who launched also digital factoring for the customers, and 2 fintechs from the region, which we award and honor separately. 2 fintechs, which is SMEL, one of the first Polish fintechs who started to offer digital factoring on Polish market, and the second one is instant factoring, coming from Romania and now also present in Serbia, and I know also the plans to enter some other markets in the region as well. Now, let's discuss how the factoring looks like, and probably what are the next customer journeys for the customers could be. Well, first of all, I would say how it shouldn't look like. So when we were analyzing like the digital channels and what is available in digital channels for business customers in the region, I do saw some examples how it shouldn't look like. For example, I mean, this is one of the examples when we see, a description like what is included into the factoring with recourse, without recourse, etc., etc. So if you, would like to target SMEs with the product, this is too complicated. This is too difficult for them to understand what is it about. This is more corporate style, but not. This is never the language SME speaks. So this will fry them then away. So this is not the way the factoring should be communicated to the SMEs. Here also not a good example. Like what does it give? And I think that even the word factoring itself, the terminology, is not the right word to communicate to SMEs, because this is too complicated. This is too complicated for them. And when we talk about that, yes, we should educate SMEs in terms of the financial education, in terms of which product they can use when managing their business. We should, but I think we should do it in a way that they should know that if they have issued the invoice, that they can finance it right away, and how they can do this, but not in the way that they should know factoring as the factoring managers are, right? So this is, I think this is very crucial. Now, I would like to share some best examples from the market, very shortly. The first one is ING Commercial Finance from Poland. So here you see the dashboards when they set the first limit, minimal limit, I would say automatically. Here it's a little bit more than, let's say, 11,000 euros. This is an automatical limit within which a customer can upload each invoice and set it to get finance. Yeah, and then if the increase of the factoring limit is needed, then the additional documents is asked from the customer to deliver, like the electronic list of the invoices issued for the last month, for example, or some statements from the banks to understand the to increase the limit. The goods. This is the example where I think actually the factoring or invoice finance should be the way it should be actually be targeted and sell to SMEs. So this is the integration into the e-invoicing platform. This is the example of the ING from Poland. And on my opinion and being an SME, I think this is the best. This is the best moment. So this is the right moment when the customer might need to finance. This is their invoices is the moment of issuing of the invoices and the moments when, for example, the invoice is sent to the counterparty, because we know, for example, that either the counterparty will delay or the term of the invoice is 2 or 3 weeks of payment, which is usual for SMEs, and the terms of payments are dictated to SMEs. They do not influence on that much when they cooperate with the corporate or larger counterparties. So, and this at the very right moment when SME is thinking about that, and giving here a button, finance this invoice, is the very, very right moment where SME might need this invoice. And here a good example when ING has implemented kind of the whole ecosystem for the business customers. So in addition to the transactional banking, online banking, and mobile banking, they have factoring, microfactoring platform, plus e-invoicing and accounting platform. And this is a great example where they have the ecosystem and they can offer this within the internal or banking ecosystem. But we do see also another examples on the market where external e-invoicing platforms, and that mandatory e-invoicing is coming, and it's coming next 2 years within the European Union. And even if now SMEs, issue invoice somehow not using the e-invoicing tools, they should do it anyway in 1 year or 2. So definitely the e-invoicing platform will be the must-have tool for every business customer, right? So we do see on another independent, let's say, or external invoicing platforms that they implement some integration with factors to finance the invoice. And there is also a button that here issue the invoice. I issue the invoice, and here is the button finance this invoice. And if it really goes with 1-2 clicks, this is a best selling offer for SMEs. Here I can show you the example, the example of Monevia, which is also one of the leading factoring fintechs on the Polish market. So how they onboard, how the process looks for the customer. So the customer should first of all register on the Monevia's website. It means that they should register and provide the data of the contact person from the company and the company data. For the company data, it's easy because when you enter here the VAT or tax number, then the data is retrieved from the governmental sources automatically, and the customer should just check whether it is correct or not. give consents for the data and marketing consents, and register on the platform. So these are 2 steps for the company and for the contact person. And here just additional contact person if needed, the customer can add it. And then when this registration on the website happens, then the customer can choose either to upload invoice for the finance right now or calculate what it will cost for them. And here to upload invoice, so here a customer uploads PDF and just fills in how many? 1, 2, 3, 6 main parameters of the invoice of the counterparty, then the amount of the invoice, the number of the invoice, and and things like that. Yes, from now Pragma Go, correct. This is a 2 days news. Marek, thank you for your comment. Yes, so from today, Monevi is a part of Pragma Go. This is also factoring company or factoring group coming from Poland, which offers as well digital factoring processes for business customers, let's say. Yes, so after sending the invoice or fulfilling the invoice data, then automatically 2 documents are generated. So the agreement to transfer of receivables and also notice of assignment. And so customer can just read it and see what is included into the agreements. And then this is a calculator stage. So here the customer can calculate how many. So they're taking into account the amount of the invoice they will pay for such a financing. And and if they agree, they send the invoice and also sign the documents, the agreement and the notice of assignment in a digital way. And after that, the invoice is financed, or decision is made within several minutes, and also dispersed, and also, of course, on the customer platform or account, they can see the invoices, their status, whether it was financed, whether it was rejected, if financed, which amount, etc., etc. So so this is the example of the process from the fintech. And also, I wanted to share with you this example of mobile application. This is a mobile only and the only example in the CEE at the moment for the factoring process called Cekpara. This is a Turkish fintech. So the customer starts from the moment when they upload the mobile application. And after that, they scan the code either from invoice or from the checks, because it exists at that market. So they see what they can get, on which terms they can get finance. And after that, they have here, let's say, not full digital process, because of the regulation that if the checks are financed, and also the agreement should be signed in a physical way. And and for this they did a cool thing which I like very much. So the courier comes to you on Vespa within 20-30 minutes max. And this is anyway easier and faster than making customer go to the branch. And we can say that except this 20-30 minutes of waiting for the courier and transferring this physical documents, the rest is automated, and the decision is made automatically. And when these documents are picked up from the courier, then the disbursements just takes minutes for the customer. So these are the examples of the existing processes on the market. So the one that existed at the end of the last year. We'll see what will be new this year. Of course, we will analyze and share it with you. And if to think, yes, thank you very much, Karen. for your participation. Yeah, have a successful meeting. Thank you. And if we dream a little bit, or let's think on a little bit on some future customer journeys, how they could look like. Maybe a little bit different from what we have right now. Yeah, so first of all, I would start from this communication, which I mentioned. That I think that for the SMEs, for the smaller businesses, and these are good examples from the fintechs, that the communication should be right. Hey, don't wait for the payments, or while counterparty will pay you, just click and have money for this invoice right now. Yeah, so this is the example from instant factoring, how they communicate on their website. So instant factoring, instant cash, turn your invoices into cash right now. Yes, this is the web page from SME, the Polish fintech. Also, do not wait for transfers from your counterparty. Finance your invoice right now. I think this is a good communication for SMEs, when they just with the simple words what they get if they click this button, right? And if to go step or two steps further, when we know that, first of all, mandatory invoicing is coming. It is coming a little bit slower, of course. That's probably everybody expected on the markets. Here, if we take into account CEE region, then we have Hungary that implemented it several years ago, and Serbia. I guess Romania starting the implementation right now from this year. So till June, they have kind of the first phase where the electronic files of the issued invoices should be sent within 5 days after the invoice are issued and sent to their counterparties. And from July, they start this real-time invoicing process, when it is issued at once in the structured electronic invoice, sent to the tax authority, and after that sent to the counterparty. Poland postponed it, so it had previously it had to be done from July this year. Now it's postponed. Such countries as Germany and Spain implements from next year. So here, we still the main part of the countries are still waiting how it will look like in the context here of invoicing, exchanging the data, etc. And but this when it will be implemented, this gives a very good source of information and source of data, which will be structured, and this will eliminate double financing and fraudulent invoices. And also probably there will be a possibility to receive, if you don't have in your ecosystem e-invoicing platform, then probably it will be possible to receive this data from a third parties, like aggregators or even maybe tax authority. And also knowing that Open Finance and PSD3 is coming, this can also, we expect that this will fasten the process for SMEs. Last year we did a great, I consider, webinar on that with Katalin Uzli, with the co-founder and business development director and partner hub. They are the white label invoicing provider for the company, including banks. So they implemented with several banks in the region. And Katalin is the ambassador of integration of e-invoicing with the banking platforms and banking offer. And we, if you scan this QR codes, you will we dreamed about how the future process could look like, which is in shortly could look the way that I'm as SME customer will not required to upload the invoice in PDF, right? So when this data is available on the market in a structured format, then then I just, as a customer, so I issued the invoice, so this information is available already, and I just can be asked for the consent whether I give the consent to use my invoicing data and to use my, let's say, open banking data, meaning transactional data, and more if PSD3 will be implemented, right? And yeah, I just give the consent and nothing else. Yeah, and I wait for the offer. And when I receive the offer, I accept it or not. And honestly, this would be a perfect process for micros and SMEs, just because even I understand what the factoring is about, how it works, and what should I do. Just don't have time to do it. First, don't have time to do it. Second, as I mentioned previously, as in Poland we have already 10 digital factors on the market. Then the next one, and even all these 10, you cannot, even if you remember all of them 10, which I do, but then being an SME, this is so time consuming. Yes, this is a digital processes, but if I should if I have to upload the invoice on all the 10 websites, portals separately, and then wait for the offer on 10 separate platforms, this becoming difficult. This is just won't work. So either the future will go to the marketplaces where we can really, the SMEs can send the application or upload the invoice and check whether it can be financed, and then receive the offers from different factors and just choose and pick up which is the best for them. Or it should be done via this available invoicing data, and the customer just give consents, yes, I want to receive an offer or not, because this is simple. And then I think in this way, in this process, SMEs will be really covered with this product, which they should, because this turns to be, after all the crises that we have, it turns to be the most realistic product, which they can finance their working capital. This is less risky than loan. And also, yes, banks just continue limiting their credit policies and just lending to SMEs less and less. So factoring remains or becomes the main product that the SMEs can use actually. So yes, and so either, just to summarize, so either the embedded invoice marketplaces for invoice finance, for factoring, or just retrieving the data from tax authority or account aggregators, as we have actually now for the open banking data. So most probably something like that will appear after the invoicing data will be available, and the process should be simplified for SMEs. So this is end of my presentation. I just pay attention and will read your questions or comments. Yes, I have to say thank you also for the participation. Stoyan, have a question. Do you have some observation from the market in Bulgaria? As of last year, we haven't found any digital factor digital factoring offer. We will be checking this year again. If you do have some information that somebody offers digital factoring or digital invoice finance, so please email me, and we will include in the analysis with pleasure, because Bulgaria is also the market that we are watching at. Kasia, yes, thank you for the webinar. Have you asked the companies that only have partial digital process, what part of the process is the most digital to digitize? It depends. With the partial process, it depends. So this is either this customer process is digitalized, so that the customer can apply via the online platform, and then receives the decision and can, for example, sign up or sign the contract if needed digitally. But this process of decision making is manual. and mainly this is this with the partial process. So this the decision making, the automation, probably there's the building of the scoring is difficult part of the digitalization process. But we also have examples from the market when the customer should come to the branch, or this is a mixed approach that the customer should call or send in via emails, and we kind of do not consider that sending the emails is a digital process. For us, within the framework of the strategy, this is a manual one. Then but then so when having this, or even coming to the branch, but then after the delivery, or after the first signing of the factoring agreement, then the next financing of the invoices are coming automatically. It is done via the platform, and then it really takes minutes. It depends. Room for innovation. This is also whether they see the room of innovation. Let's discuss it. Let's discuss this on April in our conference. I see, yes, that the innovations are in the way of approaching or acquiring the customers. Innovations are with the usage of this open banking and future invoicing data, which to innovate next year, probably they should start thinking how to do this now. So this is it. Maria, thank you for your comment. Albania has a mandatory e-invoicing, which undoubtedly will pave the way to further development of factoring. This is great news. Great to hear that. Yes, Dejan, thank you very much. Yes, thank you for your participation as well. Smart factoring, okay, in Bulgaria. We will check, actually find out one more company today, but we will check, and this will be, we'll include it in the analysis for this year. So if these are all questions for today, so thank you very much for your active participation. As I mentioned, I will send all the materials right after we finish, so the recording and the presentation, and looking forward to meeting you next month on March on our next webinar, and on April in Warsaw on sites in person, or also online. So thank you very much, and see you next time.